This is the practice page for section 5.6. In this first exercise, we're going to name the additional congruent parts needed so that the triangles are congruent by the postulate or theorem indicated. So we did this in our last video. We want to use angle side angle to show these triangles are congruent. Well, we only have one pair of congruent angles. We need another pair. So you can mark either pair that you want, but make sure you mark the correct one because you want to use angle side angle. You want your congruent sides to be in between, so you need to make those angles congruent. That way the included sides are right there in between the congruent angles. And number two, we want to use angle side. It's the same pair of parts as these, just different order, different arrangement. So you need a pair of congruent angles somewhere so that these triangles are congruent by angle side. It's got to be these ones. And notice how I'm using one arc here because I already used two. These congruent sides are not in between. Number three, determine whether each pair of triangles is congruent by side, side angle side, or angle side. If it's not possible to prove they're congruent, right? Not possible. Okay, well these two triangles have two pairs of congruent sides and pairs of congruent angles in between. So they're congruent by side angle side. It's impossible for these triangles to be different if this arrangement of parts are marked. Number four, two pairs of congruent sides, one pair of congruent angles, just like we had over here. Only difference is the congruent angles are not in between the congruent sides. That's the as postulate, and it does not show that triangles are congruent. So I'm writing not possible. They still could be congruent, we just don't know. Number five, two pairs of congruent angles, one pair of congruent sides, not in between. That's angle side. Number six, two pairs of congruent angles, one pair of congruent sides in between. They're congruent triangles. Number seven, three pairs of congruent sides. That's the easiest congruence shortcut. When you have those pairs of parts, those two triangles have to be the same size and shape. Number eight, two pairs of congruent angles, one pair of congruent sides. They're not in between the congruent angles, and they are corresponding non-included sides. That's angle side.